What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update. And President Donald Trump still wants stimulus. Let me just leave that right there. I'm going to show you exactly what he's saying and what he has been saying. But first, we have to go over his infamous words that he tweeted yesterday about the possibility of ending stimulus talks. Also, I'm going to give you another clue of what is in this box right there. If you can guess what's in that box, you might receive $100 from me. I'm going to give you another clue of what's in that box at the end of this video. And don't forget to give this video a like, smash the thumbs up button for us down below. It really helps out our channel. My wife and I do all the research for you every single day so we can bring you the stimulus checks and related news information in a quick, concise video. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new videos. First up, let me show you President Donald Trump's infamous words now about the stimulus, what's going on with them, and then I'm going to tell you what he's now saying after the fact. Yesterday, President Donald Trump says that Nancy Pelosi, the leader of the Democrats and the Speaker of the House, is asking for $2.4 trillion to bail out poorly run, high-crime Democrat states. Money that is in no way related to the pandemic. We made a very generous offer of $1.6 trillion, and as usual, she is not negotiating in good faith. The key word there is negotiating. I am rejecting their request and looking to the future of our country. I have instructed my representatives to stop negotiating until after the election, which is in less than 30 days at this point, when immediately after I win, we will pass a major stimulus bill that focuses on hardworking Americans and small businesses. I have asked Mitch McConnell not to delay, but to instead focus full-time on approving my outstanding nominee to the United States Supreme Court, Amy Coney Barrett. Our economy is doing very well. The stock market is at record levels, and jobs and unemployment are also coming back in record numbers. We are leading the world in the economic recovery, and the best is yet to come. Well, the stock market wasn't at record levels anymore after he tweeted this. The Dow Jones stock index, swung by over 600 points and ended the day sharply down after he had tweeted this. Almost instantly, the stock market fell. Now, in my past video, I asked you guys whether this was just a negotiating tactic for the Democrats to basically come down and agree more to the Republican terms, because it's not necessarily the president that doesn't want stimulus. He's told us multiple times that he does want stimulus. Just as early as a few days ago, he tweeted out that the United States needs stimulus and wants it now and to pass it. So why this sudden change of heart or turn of events? Well, they need 13 Republican senators in the Senate to approve the bill. So even if the president likes it, they still need the Republican senators who are kind of like the Grinch. They don't want to spend a lot of money. Those Republican senators, some of them don't want to pass any more stimulus, saying that they've already passed too much. So is this a ploy for the Democrats to basically agree more to the Republican terms so that they can get enough votes in the Senate to pass the bill? Or is the president planning on passing a presidential executive order for the stimulus checks to basically steal all the praise and all the glory right before the election? Well, this is what President Donald Trump had to say last night after his infamous tweets, and now has a slightly different tone. President Donald Trump tweeted last night at 10 p.m., the House and the Senate should immediately approve $25 billion for airline payroll support. This is because the airlines are laying off tens of thousands of people. They've already laid off over 50,000 people because they didn't get more stimulus. And Nancy Pelosi promised them that they would get more stimulus. And now over 50,000 people have already lost their jobs, and more to come. So the president said that they should immediately approve $25 billion for airline payroll support and $135 billion for the PPP program, the Paycheck Protection Program for small businesses. Both of these will be fully paid for with the unused funds from the CARES Act. We have this money and I will sign it now. His very next tweet says, if I am sent a standalone bill for stimulus checks, quote, $1,200, they will go out to our great people immediately. I am ready to sign this now. Are you listening, Nancy Pelosi? And he actually tags Nancy Pelosi there. Remember, they don't actually speak to each other ever since Nancy Pelosi tried to have him impeached. So again, let's read this again. If I am sent a standalone bill for stimulus checks of $1,200, they will go out to our great people immediately. I am ready to sign this now. Are you listening, Nancy Pelosi? So let me know your thoughts of that down below in the comments. To me, it looks like he still wants and needs stimulus, and this is all part of his negotiation plan, part of his strategy. Because again, if he really wanted to call off the talks for the stimulus and not negotiate on it anymore, why would he tweet that the House and the Senate should pass these bills immediately? To pass these bills, they have to go through the negotiations. So honestly, it just looks like this is part of the president's strategy to get more stimulus passed before the election. And I have my beautiful wife Laurel here joining me, who's a big part of this channel. She does our editing, our thumbnails, and helps us with a lot of our research. So, what do you think of President Donald Trump's new tweet?
He knows what he's doing.
What?
He's no dummy.
You don't think he wants to just cancel all the stimulus plans right before the election?
No, I don't think so.
Why would you think that?
He's tired of Nancy's crap. And he's...
But wait, I thought that when we roleplay, you're Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this is your crap.
No, it is not. Anyway, he's tired of her crap, and he's gonna do it his way. He is the president. I don't know, I feel like executive orders are on the way.
I have been saying that for... I think I was the first one to even come up with that idea.
That's the quickest route to getting checks out. Because if they have to come up with bills for this and bills for that, it takes forever.
He keeps mentioning that unused fund. He said previously there was $300 billion in there. And I personally think, again, he's got to be thinking strategy. I mean, he sees the headlines that he's 14 points or 14% behind in the polls. I know a lot of people don't believe in the polls, especially Trump supporters. Again, we're not Trump supporters or Biden. We try to just play things down the middle. I like to call myself a realist because I just look at things, from a real point of view. And I don't necessarily side with either one, but I gotta think that he's trying to do everything he can to get as many votes. Now, he sees he's behind in the polls. Now, he might not believe him that much, but it's surely not as good as if he were 14 points ahead in the polls. Okay? He sees he's behind. He's got to, believe in him a little bit. I mean, if he was 14 points ahead, that would surely make him feel a lot better.
He's lagging.
If you believe him, yes. So, you got to think, even if he wasn't lagging, you got to think he's going to try to do everything he can before the election to pass stimulus and to get as many votes as he can. And you got to think, if you're thinking strategy-wise here, getting a stimulus check in everybody's hands and them thinking it's from you and that you're the reason that everybody got the checks would get him the most amount of votes that I can have out of any scenario I can even think of. That's the number one scenario I can think of that would get him the most votes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's the best way to get it done.
Yeah. So the good news is that he's literally asking for more stimulus.
Yeah. So basically, he's not saying no stimulus. He's just trying to get it done on his terms and kind of give Nancy the old bird.
Man.
He hates her.
Well,
and she hates him.
She did try to impeach him, so...
Well, I don't blame him.
I mean... I could totally understand that. I mean, if I was a president and someone tried to impeach me, best believe I would never be speaking to that person
You
again.
gonna learn today.
Yeah, I'd be talking pretty nasty. Can I say the word nasty?
Well, he
And
calls her
Nancy
nasty
Pelosi.
woman.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, I've had a lot of comments from you guys using those exact words. You know, I don't like to name call. I like to stay in the middle. But Nancy Pelosi, you know, from the Democrats, and Mitch McConnell from the Republicans have been the two biggest villains. Now, I know that a lot of, you know, Democratic supporters are really hating Trump right now. And I get it. But I personally think, especially based on his new tweets, he's going to try to do everything he can to pass stimulus before the election. After the election, he doesn't have any political gain except for maybe to make people like him more. By that
But
point,
at that point, it doesn't matter anymore. If he loses or the election's over, doesn't matter.
well, he's saying if he wins, of course he thinks he's going to win,
Well, yeah.
that he's going to pass more stimulus after the election. Let me know your thoughts down below on that. Do you think he's going to pass stimulus after the election?
And not pass any before?
Well, yeah, that's what his first tweet said. That he was going to pass a large stimulus package after the election.
But the first tweet said nothing that he wasn't going to pass any stimulus before. All it said
he
was
said
that,
to call off the negotiations.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean no stimulus. You have to read between the lines.
Yeah, but then literally a few hours later, he's saying that the House and the Senate should pass a bill for small businesses, should pass a bill for the Paycheck Protection Program, and if there's a bill for $1,200, which they need to pass, he'll sign it immediately. So the question is what is he up to, and what are his plans? And I mean, if it wasn't right before the election, we wouldn't be having this discussion. It'd be a totally different discussion.
Mm-mm.
I also have to show you some of these interesting articles that Trump's illogical move to end stimulus talks baffles Wall Street and Washington. And also, Nancy Pelosi questions if the virus treatments that he has been getting has had effects on President Donald Trump's mental fitness after relief talks fall apart. Nancy Pelosi tweeted out, President Trump has shown his true colors, walking away from virus relief negotiations and refusing to give help to poor children, the unemployed, and America's hard-working families. She also released a statement that says, today, once again, President Trump shows his true colors, putting himself first at the expense of the country, with the full complicity of the GOP members of Congress, the Republican members. Walking away from the virus talks demonstrates that President Trump is unwilling to crush the virus, which is her famous term that she's been saying in every interview over the last few weeks, that is required by the HEROES Act. He shows his contempt for science, his disdain for our heroes, and basically he says, you can't even read all this. Clearly, the White House is in complete disarray. Sadly, they are rejecting the urgent warnings of Fed Chairman Powell today that too little support would lead to a weak recovery, creating unnecessary hardship for households and businesses. Over time, household insolvencies and business bankruptcies would rise, harming the productive capacity of the economy and holding back wage growth. What do you think of that?
She's over there playing her fiddle.
And but
she's just as guilty. She's just as guilty because her inability to negotiate and, compromise has caused this thing to go on for months because she won't come down off her number. And remember, there was a time where she didn't even want to tell what was in the bill.
Oh my gosh.
Or what she was going to spend the money on.
That was crazy. We want $2.2 trillion, but we're not going to tell you what's in the bill. Just give us the money.
She's just as guilty, if not more, for holding stuff up.
It's funny how Mitch McConnell, who used to be the guilty party,
he bowed his butt out. He said, I'm not even going to get involved in this.
He's like, bro, I'm trying to get reelected. I'm up for re-election. I served 6-year terms. This is my year, so I'm.
That was probably the smartest move in the past 6 months of him not even going in the negotiation room. Remember, he was outside.
He's like, wait, you want me to
I'm
go
not going
and
in
negotiate
there.
with Nancy Pelosi?
I'm not going in there.
He's
he
like, I'm too old for this. Like, I've been there and done that. Like,
he knew.
picture Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell in a room
Oh,
negotiating
man.
with each other. Bro, we would have never even got the first stimulus package.
No. Bad luck.
Somehow, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin is able to like actually speak with her and like get deals done with her.
Well, he hasn't quite yet.
No, well, they've passed 4 stimulus packages.
Okay, well,
we're on the 5th one. So a lot of people forget about that. You know, I mean, everybody knows that we got the first check.
But I believe that these negotiations have solely been just mostly them two for this bill.
Absolutely.
Where the other bills were other people involved, or they simply just passed it easily.
Well, there's one thing to be for certain is that the next 24 hours is going to be hot. And also tonight is the vice presidential debate. We will be giving you guys our thoughts on that. So
I believe
make
that
sure
will
to stay
go a
tuned.
little differently than the last one.
I knew the presidential debate was going to be hot. I told you guys, if you guys were listening before then, that was going to be hot.
It was.
Before it even happened, and it did not disappoint. This is definitely going to be a different tone. I think we're going to see a lot more of policy, like what they actually plan to do, versus just like
slinging mud.
Yeah, versus basically a boxing match. Okay, next up, the clue to what is in the box. Laurel, would you like to read the new clue?
The contents of the box also have things within the item themselves. Makes you think.
Let's hear it again.
The contents of the box also have something within them.
There have been some correct guesses already.
Yes.
I will say that. So remember, if you guess correctly, that enters you to get a chance of $100. We're going to pick 2 people. Just started off as 1. We're going to do 2 now. So we're going to give away $200 to, you have to guess correctly, and then we will randomly pick 2 people to receive $100 PayPal, or I'll comment back to you guys, and so make sure you're watching your notifications on YouTube. I will comment back to you when you pick it here, but we're going to have a few more clues, and then we're going to pick the winners, and I'm going to, of course,
unveil
and reveal what to you is in the box. And I also am going to be doing this again because it has been so much fun. And I have read through. Ooh, I almost thought I opened it. Did I open it there? Ooh, look at that.
Oh, tricky.
You'll have to review the footage there and make sure that nothing shows. So we will definitely be doing this again because we have had so much fun doing this. And I know you guys have too. I've read a lot of your comments, and it's been a really good time. And don't worry, whenever the stimulus check news dies down, we're going to have lots of videos coming out for you. Of course, we're going to cover a lot of the stuff with the election over the next month. And then you will definitely be hearing from us. We have a lot of video ideas for you guys in the future. So don't forget to hit the thumbs up button for us. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. We're trying to reach 250,000 subscribers. We're almost there. And we just passed 30 million views on our channel. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
And you can click on this top video to watch our newest stimulus check video next. And this bottom video is on if Joe Biden wore a wire during the last debate. And you can click on this video to watch a video about how to start a business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have students that have replaced their entire 9-to-5 income, and I teach them how to do that. Click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, and we will see you in the next video.